Good day everyone, we are proud to present our game titled Academic Arena, a 2D turn-based strategic card game inspired by row-based battlefield mechanics. Academic Arena is designed to simulate strategic academic competition, using structured rows, front, middle, back, where players deploy cards strategically to gain higher total knowledge points, or KP. The objective of the game is to outscore your opponent per round through tactical placement, proper card management, and the strategic use of leader abilities. As the game designer of the team, I was responsible for developing the core mechanics, gameplay structures, and overall system design of the game. Our visuals and graphically assets, we utilize Canva Pre-Elements library, ensuring that all graphics used are pre-licensed and appropriate for academic purposes. The school team background visual was sourced from itch.io under a pre-use license. Meanwhile, our card artwork concepts were AI generated using tools such as ChatGPT and Google Gemini. These designs were created solely for academic use and prototype visualization. All assets used in this project follow pre-license or educational use guidelines.
Hey everyone, as the UI UX designer of the team, I was responsible for designing the overall visual interface and the user interaction and layout of Academic Arena. In the Start menu interface, we focus on simplicity, clarity, and ease of navigation. The main buttons included are Start, which initializes the match, Settings, where users can adjust basic game configurations, About Us, which displays the development team information, Exit, which closes the application. The layout was centered and structured to maintain balance and readability. To ensure that spacing, alignment, and visual hierarchy were properly applied to create a clean, organized, and professional academic presentation. The interface was designed to be intuitive so that players can easily understand the navigation without confusion.
Once the game starts, the scene will change to the difficulty selection scene where the player can choose normal or hard difficulty for their game. Once the player has chosen the difficulty, it will change to the leader selection scene where the player can choose the mentor or the strategist. If the player has chosen the mentor deck, it will go to the mentor UI showing the playstyle and the strategy and the available cards for this deck, which is the standard student, the special student, the genius student, and the event card. If the player has chosen the strategist, it will go to the strategist UI showing the playstyle, the deck guide, the available card for this deck, which are the standard student, special student, genius student, and event card. Once the player has chosen their leader, before the game starts, it will show the 10 starting cards for our game. Now in this scene, we have the ability to redraw up to 3 cards. Now if we click one of the cards, it will redraw 1 card from the deck. Now if we redraw up to 3 cards, we will no longer be able to redraw a card. And we can now proceed to starting the game by pressing the start button. Now if the player has chosen the mentor deck, it will show the mentor's deck portrait and the mentor's deck back design. And if the player has chosen the strategist, it will show the strategist portrait and the strategist card back design. Now how to play the game is the player must place a card in the card slot and then insert, and the opponent will place a card in his card slot. One of the implementation that we have created in our game is adding event card. Here we have an event card called Brainstorm Session. Now what this does, it increases the knowledge point of a random row in our side by 1. Now if we place this, as you can see, the knowledge points of this side has increased by 1. Now one of the event cards that we have implemented is called Reset Port. Now what this does, it removes every standard and special cards in the game. Now, if there's a genius card, they are immune to event cards. So if I place this reset board in the game, it will remove every standard and special card in the game except for the genius cards, which are immune to the event cards. Now, one of the event cards that we have implemented is called Terror Quiz. Now, what this does is it reduces the knowledge point on the enemy's side by 2. So if I place this in the card slot, it reduces the knowledge points of the enemy side by 2. Now there are 10 rounds of this game. Now if your knowledge point is greater than the enemy's knowledge point, it will show a victory screen showing your total knowledge point and the opponent's total knowledge point. Now if your knowledge point is less than the opponent's knowledge point, it will show a defeat screen showing the opponent's knowledge point and your knowledge point.
So lastly, Academic Arena represents our completed 2D turn-based card strategy game developed as part of our game development course. The project demonstrates the integration of UL design, gameplay mechanics system functionality, and documentation planning. Through collaboration between design and programming, we were able to produce a functional strategy card game prototype suitable for academic demonstration. This concludes of our presentation of Academic Arena. Thank you. That's all.